Welcome to Weight Loss and Wellness for Real, the podcast where people like you get the practical solutions and support you need to permanently lose the physical and mental weight so you can feel better and live the life you really want to live in the body and mind you really want to be living in. If you're looking to overcome your stress eating, overeating, binging behaviors, and move to a place of food and body freedom, as well as find more meaning and more moments of joy in life, you are in the right place. Hey everyone, thanks for being here and listening. My name is Heather Heinen, and today we are going to talk about a topic that I feel very strongly about and that I hope might change the way you think about growing older. I thought about doing this episode because I turned 50 this last year. I'm getting ready to turn 51. And so I have a lot of people around me who are, getting older, kind of in that age group. And also clients, women, I see mostly women, in their late 30s into their 70s. And so many of them and friends around me, I hear these comments about, oh, it just sucks to get old. And I hate getting older, and getting older is the worst. And if you've been following me a while, you've probably heard me say things. I definitely have not held this philosophy. In fact, when I think I was probably about 30, I made a very conscious decision to embrace getting older and aging because I did not want to have that sort of mindset around aging, simply because aging is inevitable. It is happening no matter what. It's not something you can control or stop. So my thought back in my 30s was like, why would I want to hold this mindset that it's bad or that I don't want it to happen when it's going to happen anyway? Right. So I've really been on this path of embracing aging and really wanting to share sort of how the mindset of being pro aging versus anti aging can really, really have profound benefits for your mental, emotional, and physical well being. And it's kind of what this podcast is all about. It's really about how do we gain emotional, mental, physical, spiritual well-being, all these aspects of our lives. And this is one piece of that. So whether you're sort of navigating the complexity of midlife, or maybe you're looking to figure out how do I embrace aging with grace, or this one in particular, I know for many of you listening, you're like me, you're an aging athlete. Well, you know what I mean when I say athlete, amateur athlete, or maybe you're an aging pro athlete. I don't know who's all listening to this, but you're an aging athlete really looking to maintain peak performance, then this episode is definitely for you. So let's start by addressing really, I mean, we can't have this discussion without talking about the cultural obsession with anti-aging. And I really do not like that term. Everywhere we turn, we're bombarded with messages that getting older is something to fight against, something to struggle against. It's a battle to be won. But again, that battle, literally, you cannot win that war. What if we kind of flip the script, right? What if instead of resisting the natural aging process, we really embraced it? And this is the essence of being pro aging. And being pro aging means acknowledging and celebrating the wisdom, the experience, and the strength that comes with getting older. It's about recognizing that every stage of life has its own unique beauty and opportunities for growth. So when we shift our mindset to pro aging, we experience significant mental and emotional benefits. So let's talk about a few that really happen when we start to embrace this different mindset, when we start to really embody the mindset of pro aging. So, first of all, we're going to experience increased self compassion. And if you've been listening, I talk about self compassion a lot. Being able to be compassionate with ourselves is often one of really big reasons that we can actually make changes to our behavior. So, our self talk, how we are talking to ourselves, if we can practice being compassionate in our words with ourselves, and kind of cut out all that harsh, negative self talk, the inner critic. We kind of learn ways to relax that inner critic and learn how do we really get into self-compassion. Often that is what leads to big, big behavior changes in our life. So that could be getting to a weight that you've already wanted to be at. It could be getting to your peak performance within your sport or whatever it is you're doing. That increased self-compassion is such a big deal. So embracing pro-aging can really increase this. Instead of constantly striving to look or feel younger, we can really practice self-compassion. And this means accepting where we are at in life and treating ourselves with kindness. Self-compassion has been shown, we have these studies, to reduce stress, anxiety, and even depression. And I use it a lot with clients who I see in clinic because it is so incredibly powerful. Okay, another benefit we can see is improved self-esteem. So when we stop comparing ourselves to a younger version of who we once were or to others who are younger, we build healthier self-esteem. And embracing our age really allows us to appreciate our unique journey and all the growth that we've experienced along the way. A third one is greater life satisfaction. I mean, who does not want this? We all want greater life satisfaction. So studies have found that those who adopt a positive outlook on aging tend to have a higher quality of life. So they experience greater satisfaction in their relationships, careers, and daily activities. There are also some physical benefits of really embracing this pro-aging approach. So this one I found fascinating when I was doing a little bit of research on this topic. The physical benefits of really embracing that pro-aging mindset are super compelling to me. So those of us who can get into that mindset, we really get into more sustainable health practices. So when we're not focused on reversing time, we can adopt health practices that are sustainable and nurturing rather than extreme or harmful. And this might mean prioritizing regular movement that feels good rather than punishing workouts. That's been a huge lesson for me in the last 20 years. I used to just be so hard on my body and push it to the limits. It's really what started all my binging behavior and all that kind of stuff. So really, when you embrace aging, we really can get more into how does regular movement that feels really good and really restores the body versus using punishing workouts. Or the other side of that is we can really then get into focusing on nutrition that nourishes us rather than restricts. So often we will get into as we're aging, like I need to be this certain body type, or maybe I'm, 10 pounds more than I was in my 20s, and I want to be back to that. And so we're doing a lot of this restriction, a lot of dieting, a lot of the yo-yo dieting, because we know with restriction, you're always going to gain the weight back plus some. And so really embracing this mindset can help us stay away from those behaviors. Another benefit is physically is better body awareness. So as we age, our bodies change, obviously. And instead of fighting these changes, pro-aging mindset really encourages us to listen to our bodies, really understanding and respecting what they need at different stages of life. And then we also can get into longevity and vitality. So studies suggest that those who embrace aging with a positive mindset often live longer, healthier lives. And it doesn't just mean like you're adding years to your life, but life to your years. That means, you're having high quality of life, maintaining vitality, energy, and enthusiasm for what's ahead. Okay, so I'm going to give you some practical tips for really practicing shifting to a pro aging mindset. I like in these episodes to really be able to give practical strategies and tips that you can start to implement today. So the first one is going to be practicing gratitude for your body. This is a huge one when I'm working with clients, whether they are my performing athletes or whether they are my clients trying to lose weight or get to sustainable weight loss. It's really about practicing gratitude for your body now. So each day, take a moment to appreciate what your body does for you. So whether it's the ability to walk, whether it's the ability to hug a loved one, maybe it's to simply breathe deeply, really recognizing these small miracles. And even better would be if you write a couple of these down in the morning or before you go to bed, reread them. This really helps you to start to shift into that pro aging mindset. Another one would be to really get into redefining success. So instead of measuring success by external factors like weight or appearance, really focusing on internal measures like how do you feel? What are your energy levels like? And your overall happiness or contentment or peacefulness within life. And then surrounding yourself with positive influences. So seek out role models or, if you're into the social media thing, influencers who are aging with grace and enthusiasm, and pay attention to those people, whether they're public figures or people in your life. Let that positivity inspire you. Turn your attention to those sort of people who you really can admire and who are embracing aging. And then really staying curious and continuing to learn. So, embracing the opportunities that come with age to learn new skills, explore new hobbies, or to dive deeper into your passions. Lifelong learning really keeps the mind sharp and the spirit vibrant. And really being pro aging, you can embrace some of that. I still have all this to learn, all these things that, I want to learn a new language or I want to learn to paint or whatever it is, but really embracing those things and starting with those things can be so helpful. Just a quick interruption to give you a little message on a new company I've been working with that I absolutely love and am thrilled to share with you, and that is Kion Aminos. I have been using their product daily for months, and I am excited to tell you, hey everyone, just real quick, I wanted to tell you about a new company I've been working with that I am thrilled to share with you. I absolutely love this company. I use them myself and have for a really long time, and that is Kion Aminos. I really think that Kion Aminos stand out because they are one of the very few companies that offer all 9 essential amino acids in their formula and transparently list the exact amounts of each. This level of honesty is really, really rare in the supplement industry. So you truly know you are getting what you are paying for. Supplementing with essential amino acids can significantly aid in appetite control and support muscle maintenance and recovery. I often recommend Kion essential amino acids to my weight loss coaching clients to really help with urges and cravings to overeat. Kion aminos can help you feel fuller longer and really help you to build that lean muscle to keep the metabolism going. Our bodies cannot produce all the amino acids that we need for optimal health. So, essential amino acids really need to come from our diet or from supplements. So, without regular intake, we risk losing muscle mass and bone density, making these nutrients especially crucial as we age. And one of the ways I think about using on aminos is because many of us have a lot of difficulty getting in the amount of protein that we really need on a daily basis optimally. So supplementing with essential amino acids can really help aid with that. I really love knowing that alongside my dietary protein, I'm supplementing with the essential amino acids necessary for my long term goals of strength, muscle maintenance, weight management, and just overall health as I age. So, some quick protocols if you want to try Kion Aminos for weight loss. Mix a scoop with water in the morning and another in the afternoon when you kind of have that energy dip. And this is really my go to routine for appetite control when I'm in the office, because often in mid afternoon, I'm getting into that energy slump. I really start to crave something sugary or caffeine, and I don't want to do either of those. And Kion aminos really help me get through that mid afternoon slump. And then for endurance athletes, taking 5 to 10 grams per hour during workouts longer than an hour can make a huge difference. I ride my bike in endurance. I don't know, routes and races. And so I do take Kion aminos on my rides just to keep my muscles well nourished. It's often difficult to eat when doing long endurance athletic endeavors. And so I use Kion aminos to kind of help supplement with that. And then also, if you've had a tough workout during the day or a really, really hard day, a scoop before bed can help aid in recovery. Since I felt the benefits of Kion aminos, I want to share it with you. And as a listener of this podcast, you can get 20% off by using my referral link, getkion.com/Heather. That's GETKION.com/Heather for 20% off your entire order. Plus, they offer a 60-day money back guarantee. Really, you guys, this is a really exceptional company. You are getting exactly what you are paying for. So that 60-day money back guarantee, you have nothing to lose. Check it out. See how essential amino acids can support your weight loss goals and athletic performance and help curb those cravings. Okay, I wanted to add a little bit in here for those of you who are athletes or active individuals. Being pro aging really does not mean slowing down. It means being smart about how you train and how you compete as you age. So you want to think about as you're aging, and if you are an athlete or active individual, and I've learned this the hard way, is to really focus on recovery and restoration. So recovery becomes even more crucial as we age. So incorporating regular rest days, prioritizing sleep. I cannot talk about that one enough. Sleep is definitely king as we age. And consider practices like yoga or mobility work or stretching to really maintain flexibility and prevent injury. Those sorts of, I always think of them as kind of physical therapy movements, but really, they're just like mobility type stuff. It becomes a lot more important for recovery and not getting injured. And then also really being open to adapting your training. So adjusting your training regimen to really reflect your body's changing needs. So this might mean incorporating more strength training. It probably almost always does actually incorporate more strength training, focusing on mobility, like I said, or adjusting the intensity of your workouts to avoid overtraining. You can kind of get away with overtraining in your 20s, maybe your early 30s. But if you continue overtraining past that, there are always going to be consequences to pay. And so, really understanding as you age how to avoid overtraining. Now, that doesn't mean you don't have workouts that are super hard. You can still have workouts that are super hard, but you have to understand how often you can do those, because if you were maybe doing that, 3 to 5 days a week when you were back in your 20s or 30, that's going to be different when you're in your 40s and 50s. Especially, well, not especially, but one example would be I think of females a lot in this category in their 40s, 50s, 60s who have been super active and they've gone hard, and maybe they are athletes, and all the things. And they really get into this overtraining mode when they're in their 40s and 50s. And what happens is hormones really get impacted. And then over time, as those hormones are impacted, there are so many detrimental effects that happen to the female body as those hormones are affected. So really, really important to understand when you're overtraining, how not to overtrain, and then really being okay with adapting your training to that. Okay, another one would be celebrating your wins. So whether it's completing a race, climbing a new grade, or simply enjoying a pain-free workout, celebrating what your body can do. Your achievements are a testament to your resilience and dedication, and really taking that in, right? Really trying to embody that. Like maybe if I'm not doing as hard of the thing as I was doing in my 20s, but even now when I'm doing the thing in my, compared to what I was doing 6 months ago, it's being able to recognize that there are still that growth that can take place, and really reminding yourself of those things, really reminding yourself and celebrating what our bodies can do. And then finally, I would just say listening to your body. So paying attention to signals of fatigue or pain or discomfort, and instead of pushing through, really respecting those signals, and you're giving your body what it needs, whether it's rest, nutrition, or a different type of exercise. And I had an interview a while back with Eric Hurst, who's a very famous trainer for climbing and climber. And he talked a lot about this, like as he's aging, really, really paying attention to signs of fatigue or pain and really getting those things checked out right away, like not waiting too long. Because maybe when we're younger, we can kind of give it time or climb through things or move through things. If you're not a climber, run through things, whatever. But as we get older, you just really don't want to spend a lot of time where something's hurt or maybe could be helped with some physical therapy. So really, really giving your body what it needs when there is pain or discomfort. Okay, so, I just want you to think about age is not something to be feared or fought against. It is not a battle. You do not want to set yourself up for a struggle. When we struggle with anything, we create tension in the body that affects our whole physiological system. It is not good for us, even physically, but of course, mentally and emotionally, it's not either. It's really not something that we want to battle with. It's a natural, beautiful part of life that brings its own set of rewards and challenges. And by shifting our mindset to pro aging, we really can enhance our mental, emotional, and physical well being, really living more fulfilling lives at every stage. Thanks for being here and listening to Weight Loss and Wellness for Real. I hope this episode has maybe inspired you to embrace aging with positivity and grace. And if you enjoyed this episode, please do not forget to subscribe, leave a review. Even better is to share it with someone who might benefit from this message. Until next time, stay well, and we will talk soon. Did you know you can find a lot more help from me on my website? Go to heatherheynen.com. Heynen is spelled Heynen, and there you will find links to my online courses, how I work with clients one-on-one, as well as online with my coaching and counseling services that I offer. The information in this podcast is intended to provide a broad understanding and knowledge of healthcare topics. This information is for educational purposes only and should not be considered complete and should not be used in place of advice from your physician or healthcare provider. We recommend you consult your physician or healthcare professional before beginning or altering your personal exercise, diet, or supplementation program.